Hey, thanks for slithering in. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Brindleton Bay. We are building a small home. I don't think it's quite a tiny home, but it's on the smaller side. And it's for a gardener or someone who really enjoys to like maybe dabble in gardening, or at least someone who just loves flowers, okay? I kind of had the itch to do something colorful because my last few builds I feel like have been, and I think that's pretty typical for me for like this season, like the winter season. I really lean towards a lot of the browns and dark wood tones and things because it's just cozy and it makes me feel warm and fuzzy and all of that good stuff. But you know what? Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you just need to do something else. And that's something I like to do is like, I don't feel like I have a consistent building style. Maybe I kind of do. You guys could be the judge of that, but I do like to try and switch up different build styles, like different types of homes. I know I gravitate towards certain things a lot, but yeah, I'm rambling. Anyway, the shape of the build is here and it's finished is what I'm trying to tell you guys. My brain is fried, so give me a minute, okay? I'm gonna get this together. Anyway, we are using a lot of base game windows and doors out here because I don't know. I think I've said it in a previous video recently. They're all starting to blend in for me, but I have been really actually enjoying the base game items for exteriors. For some reason, they've just been calling my name and speaking to me, and other ones, even though they're like nice, I don't know. The base game ones just like they're popping off for me. Okay, that's I can't explain it any other way. So yeah, I really loved building here on this lot in Brindleton Bay. I had a hard time trying to figure out where I wanted to go, and I felt like it's been a while since I've been in Brindleton Bay. And then it's been a while since I've actually been on this lot. I've built quite a few homes on this lot in particular. I did try to do the other ones that are kind of more surrounded by trees. They're kind of like in, it feels like the middle of nowhere when you load into the lot. It's like the top middle right. That makes no sense of the map. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like in the middle top of the map is what I'm trying to say. There it is. But yeah, this one's right off the beach, which I think is really fun. I think that could be really cozy here. And I did have a bit of a reference picture that had white siding and a somewhat like roof line like this one does. Obviously, I took some creative liberty with it, but I really did enjoy it. And I end up getting like some vines going around, not too much, but just enough to give it like a little bit of a whimsical flair. I really enjoyed this build. I have to tell you that much. Usually, a lot of builds, sometimes I'm a slow builder, and sometimes it could take me a full week to finish a build. And that usually means, like, if I get 2 hours of simming on most nights of the week, then let's just say, like, I get to sim for 4 days out of the week, right? That's 2, 4, 6, 8. At least 8 hours. I'm, working on a build sometimes. Obviously, when it's bigger, then it's a little harder and a little longer, but I would say that's about average for me. Even with small builds sometimes, because sometimes I just sit and stare. I'm going to be honest, and I'm just like, what do I do now? And I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, ooh. Okay, but we are using this greenery from the Nature's pack, the one that the fairies came with. Oh my god, what is the name of it? I wanted to say Nature's Event, but that's not the name of it. You guys know, and you can comment down below so that dear old Symtherin doesn't have to like use too many brain cells today. This is my second voiceover today, and after a long day at work where I did a lot of socialization, more so than usual for my line of work, and it's been a day. But anyway, we are doing the landscaping, And I wanted there to be so many flowers and so many different well, maybe not too many different colors, but really like lean into purple, pinks, and yellows. And I think there's like a tad bit of orange around too. So I'm just kind of laying out these flower beds here. We have a bit of a side yard, which I think is really cute that you can like walk through and then walk down to the beach. It's so fun. I honestly would not mind living here. And you know what's so funny now that I'm thinking about it? I built this in Brindleton Bay, but I did not put anything for any kind of pet. I That's so bad of me as someone who absolutely loves animals and pets and who has pets of her own and those pets are her freaking world. Like, what is wrong with me? Why didn't I add anything for pets? That's so crazy. But I guess if you wanted to, you could add it. You realistically can. You can find a place for the pet bowls, and if it's a cat, the litter box, or you know, I think there's room. You can find room for sure. God, that's so bad of me. I'm just shaking my head over here. Oh, anyway, we are getting some vines, and we've got this cute little table out here. I thought that was cozy. I do end up putting some, I think these are bee boxes out on the porch because I actually really like this swatch. So I end up moving those later. And as I'm speaking, I'm trying to remember exactly what I put out there instead. There was a reason I put something else out there. Oh, the flower arranging table. Because I tried to fit it in the office, but I didn't have enough room. And I was like, well, if the sim loves flowers, they're probably doing like some kind of floral arrangement, at least when the season's right, you know? That's probably what they're doing. So I had to include that table. And yeah, I used this bench out here. I think that's from one of the outdoor stuff packs, I think. And God, there are so many packs, guys. I'm so sorry. I did not limit my pack usage in this build. I have to say that right up here, right now, because I did not. And I really, really try all the time to tell you guys what items are coming from which packs. And then I feel so bad when I can't remember the packs. So, my bad. If you can't figure it out and you need some help and you comment down below, I will figure it out. Just not right this second, unfortunately. So, oh well. I do use a lot of floral and flowers and landscaping from the Romantic Garden stuff pack, which is a stuff pack I don't use enough. I don't think I've ever used these large bushes. Those are actually really pretty. I don't know why I don't, but I don't know. They usually, I feel like, are a little too much. And then those yellow and white flowers, the tall ones, I think they're called hollyhocks or something like that. Those are really pretty too. And I don't know why I never thought that before. I guess I just always thought they were kind of weird looking, but using them with this build, I was like, these are perfect. I love these flowers so much. Why do I never use these? Like, Symtherin, wake up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. These are just some building thoughts I had while building this build anyway. So here I'm thinking about adding lavender plants, but I end up not doing it, and even thinking like maybe some kind of tree out front. But honestly, I was like, I think this is good. I think we're in a good spot right here. So we're just going to add a couple of rugs out on this porch here. We've got this one under the table from Cats and Dogs. We have this base game one that came in one of those event things where you have to unlock items via doing stuff in the game or whatever. But I really love this gnome one, and I thought this was the perfect build for it, so I had to use it. And then I'm doing this trick again where I use the blooming room. I guess it wouldn't even be a trick, but I'm calling it a trick. I'm using the blooming rooms plant stand here and adding different Enchanted by Nature. That's the name of the pack. Oh God. Are you guys sick of me yet? It's okay if you are. The way that just popped in my head mid-sentence like that, who am I? I don't even know. That's so funny. I'm sorry. I was talking about plants on the blooming room stand Blooming Rooms kit stand. Uh, okay, let's move on to the interior now. As you can see, I picked out a ton of different wallpapers already in this build, and I'm really leaning into the pastels, especially the blues and the pinks. Right now we're working on the bathroom where pretty much everything in here is like white, like the mirror, sink, shower, tub, everything. And if that particular item, like the shower and the sink that you see here, have pink accents, then I chose them. So the sink is a cottage living sink. Absolutely love that sink. And then I think that shower might be base game. It might be. Don't quote me on that though, because yeah, you never know. I could be completely wrong. So yeah, this is a fairly simple bathroom, but I think if you can probably extend it if you need to fit a litter box in here, or I don't know, move something around. It's pretty small, but I think you can figure it out. If not, some people put litter boxes just on the porches anyway, and whatever. Your cats can go outside, I suppose. That would suck. My cat would hate that. She would hate that, especially in the winter. She'd be like, "Are you seriously making me go outside?" Like, and I'll be like, "The dogs do it," and she's like, "I'm not a dog." Look at me, just giving my whole cat dialogue. But that's exactly what she would do. She's so picky like that. But anyway, we're moving on to the kitchen. I have mostly white walls in here right now. There is an accent wall that is purple. So there are these wallpapers. Is it from Businesses and Hobbies? I think they are. You can kind of see the floral one in the room behind the kitchen here. And then I use a blue one in the other bedroom, whatever, you'll see it. But they have such like bold patterns. I wouldn't even say they are like bold. They're pretty soft, but I really enjoy the colors in them, and that's what sparked the interior of this build. So we had to use the Dream Home Decorator counters and cabinets here, but I didn't want to do yellow and yellow. It just felt too much for me. So instead I used these like light wood brown tones, and I am just going to clutter up the top of it pretty much. So I do not have the OMPS shelf in the game, and I could have just like used the tool mod to like get all of these things to snap where I want them at the level. But if you don't have any of that, this is another good trick that I've seen others use, where if you have Dream Home Decorator, or even I think there's a base game shelf you can use too, the one that has like that you can use in the bathroom. There's a version of it with towels on it already, and then there's an empty version. I think you can use that. I think most things will also snap to that shelf as well. But you can pretty much put your items on that shelf, get it to the level you want it at, and then alt place the items to where you actually want them to sit. And yeah, I just put some plants and clutter up there because I thought it was a fun little touch, but I didn't want to do it too overboard, so hopefully I didn't. If you've been around the channel for some time, you guys know I can go pretty overboard with my clutter sometimes when I'm in the mood, and it almost got me this time. It almost did, but the bug didn't bite, okay? It didn't. So, anyway, I was like, what a great opportunity to use the egg rug from high school years. Like, it was perfectly colored. It's just perfect, and it matches the vibe in here so well. Right now, I am fixing the height of the windows because they felt a little too high, and I wanted to lower them a little bit. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use the tool mod, and we are going to take care of all of the windows and their flower boxes and awnings and whatever details all at once, because I'm not playing that game. Nope, we work smarter, not harder here. That's definitely right. I don't know who I am. I really don't. Just ignore me, okay? But we are getting the living room together, and I totally forgot we have this plant curtain from Blooming Rooms. I don't know how I forgot, but I had to use it here. That rug, it's one of the newer rugs, I feel like. I just can't remember what it is. But I like it, and I felt like it matched the wallpaper, like the little accent purple wall, pretty well. So yeah, super fun. And then I end up using this base game couch in blue to kind of tie in the, oh my god, I did switch it to the blue cabinets over there, didn't I told you guys yellow earlier. It was yellow, but I switched it to blue at some point. I don't even remember when, but I did. Okay, get yourself together, Symtherin. We are using these pillows again, the ones from the Western African update. I love it. I love it so much. I'm also pairing it with like the basic base game pillow, but also this other pillow that we got in one of the recent like events, the unlockable event things again. So much. There's just so much in this game sometimes, isn't there? There's so much to keep up with, and I can't keep up anymore. I'm just going to keep doing my best. Anyway, over here, I didn't like the book nook bookshelf here. I was like, I need something with more color in this corner. So I was like, oh, hello, Cozy Kit. You are perfect for this corner. And then we just add, I think, some more books and that plant over here. I end up getting the tiny living TV. So I put up a wall and use the purple wallpaper again. You'll see that in just a little bit, because after I got the kitchen and the living room kind of laid out, I got stuck. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was trying to find a place for like the dining room table, and I was literally sitting here with my boyfriend and like showing him different table options, and I was like, what do I do? And he's like, well, it's your layout sucks. And I was like, oh, thanks for pointing out the one thing in building that I'm very, very insecure about. So then I tried to figure out a different floor plan, and he was like, you can't. It's not how you have the bedrooms, and then you would have to change your whole living and kitchen. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not. So I landed on the square table here, a base game table, paired it with the Cozy Kitsch chairs here. So good. I might have actually switched those out with chairs from Modern Retreat. We'll have to see later. I know I at least thought about it, but I picked this table because it had some purple in the runner, and I thought that was pretty cool to like tie in some of the other purples in this build. So that was fun. And then over here on that wall by the door, I'm getting light switches and the thermostat, which I don't put in enough of my builds, to be honest. I just usually forget about it. But yeah, now my mission is to figure out how to make the rest of this space feel like it's useful, kind of, because I was like, oh my god, it was making me so nervous and like scared, because I was like, it looks like a blank canvas because it's all white. I was like, oh my god, what do I do? So here is the start of it. I end up using this end table again. This is the second build in a row where I use this end table. I think it's from Cool Kitchen stuff, and I never used that, but now I've used it twice. Literally, in my rustic modern home, I used it in the kids' room, and now I'm using it again. So funny. Oh my god, you just saw my desktop real quick. So I've mentioned this in another video where I have this new-ish, it's not even new anymore, so I feel like I can't even use the excuse, but it's newish. I don't know why, but I always seem to, when I'm trying to hit Alt to alt place things, I hit the Windows key and it just messes everything up. And I'm sorry I didn't cut that out. That was really long-winded to tell you guys all of that. Let's talk about this entryway. This is where I brought in some more pink. And okay, I'm actually really proud, because I was just telling you guys how scared and nervous I was about this like other side of the build, and I am actually really happy with how it turned out at this point. So we have some of the items from the grunge mudroom kit, or whatever you call it, and the shoe rack and some plants by the door here. And over here I end up getting just a washer machine because I put the clothesline outside, so I was like, maybe the sim only has a washer. Like, that's legit. It happened. Hey, did I switch out the chairs? Oh, I put them outside? Do I leave that? We'll have to see. I think I leave it. Oh, cool. Huh, fun. And then I end up using this ladder shelf that came with the garden to table kit, and I thought that was super fun, and it was so fun to clutter it up. You'll see that in just a quick bit. But actually, I'm going to have to put you guys on hold because I'm tracking my dinner and my tacos are almost here. So give me 1 second. All right, that was quick for you, but the tacos have been secured. And let's keep talking about this little area here. So on the little ladder shelf, which I feel like I'm going to get a lot of use out of this shelf personally, especially when I want to get like more plants into a build. I think this is a really good tool. So yeah, I end up getting some like change clutter on the washing machine as well, as well as like some other like little items that I felt like make sense to be in a laundry room, like the laundry detergent. We have these little spray bottles that came with the Greenhouse Haven kit, I think. I think that's the kit. Yes. So, I got those and I was thinking like those can be like some of those like spray before you wash type items that you use on clothes sometimes. If you know, you know. Okay. Now, I also struggled a little bit with this bedroom. I was in love with the wall colorings, like the blues, and I thought it was so pretty. But then I was like, I want to bring in some of the purple, and I was trying to do it via like the bedspread, but I was like, oh, it's too purple. I don't know. I don't like it. I was like, I couldn't do it. And then I tried again with this bed, and I was like, maybe pinks. And then I was like, well, what if I find a different rug that works better? And it was really hard. It really took me some time. In the end, we get there. I think I do keep this bed here, but I switch out the rug one more time, and I get one of the ones from I think it was Love Struck actually. Is this Love Struck? It is, and I get it in this blue color. Lo and behold, I feel like it matches the wall perfectly. And then I'm going to try and figure out, oh, I changed the bed. Oh, this one's so much better. Okay, what pack did this come from? This might be Businesses and Hobbies or Love Struck. Maybe Businesses and Hobbies. I honestly cannot remember, but this is actually perfect because it really does bring in the blue I'm looking for and the soft pink I was looking for. So, okay, I am a happy simmer again. And then we're pairing some Modern Luxe curtains with High School Years curtains. I felt like these pinks kind of complemented each other pretty well. They're not a perfect match, but they're close to it. I think probably the closest match I could find or ever get to. And then, yeah, we just have one end table here. So I'm getting an alarm clock, some more plants, and maybe an open book. Yes, from Comfy Gamer Kit. Thank you, little Simsy. And then, oh, I put the dresser in the purple swatch. So I have officially gotten all the colors in here that I wanted to. I'm so proud of myself. Are you guys sick of listening to me yet? It's okay if you are. Anyway, the rest of this bedroom comes together pretty easily. I think I just get a little end table. I love using this one from Refined Living Room Kit. I think, was that Peacemaker's kit? Give me 1 second. No, sorry, not Peacemaker. That is Perry Sim. Absolutely love that kit. I really do. And I think that is where this end table comes from. I really hope it is anyway. If I'm wrong, you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Thanks. You are the best. And then we get this little tiny living chair. Honestly, I used a lot of tiny living in this build, and it's been a while since I've actually really done anything with tiny living. That makes me almost want to do a build with just tiny living now. I might have to do that soon. If you're interested, I'll do it. I'll probably do it anyway. So don't you worry about that. But overall, this bedroom is coming together quite nicely, if I say so myself. We have a frame TV up here, as well as some clutter on this little end table. And yeah, I think it's pretty useful clutter. We got some picture frames and that tray from the sleek bathroom kit with like the hairbrush and stuff. So I felt like that was pretty good. Over here now is where we have our office. This is the room that could also work as a bedroom or nursery if you go down the family route, but I imagine the sim here maybe does that flower press kind of thing. That's from Enchanted by Nature. I learned my lesson from the last time. Yes. But I figured that's a good activity in here. I also end up putting an art easel in here too to kind of fill up some of the space, but that comes a little later. And yeah, I haven't used this dream home decorator desk in quite some time, so I was presently or pretty happy I was able to use it here. This room, we lean a lot more into kind of the yellows of the build. That I guess, yeah, the pinks and yellows a little more. There's some like hints of blue here, but that wallpaper from Businesses and Hobbies is just so pretty. I really need to use it more. So I had a ton of fun cluttering this room up. In general, we get this, I think this is another item from like, oh, is it Backyard Patio or something like that? It's one of those outdoor stuff packs. I don't know. The icon is green, and that's all I know. So, oh boy, here we go, rambling again. Anyway, we get this Moschino bookshelf here. Nope, just kidding. Discovery University. Just kidding. I thought I kept that. I can't seem to keep my thoughts straight, but that's happened. But we have this Discovery University bookshelf. I pulled out this portrait, this little painting again. That's another item from the West African base game update that I adore it. I think I'm going to be using them a lot for a long while. Yes. Okay, here is where I was trying to find space for the flower arranging table. And I was like, oh, I guess it makes sense to put it out here and maybe move the bee boxes. Those end up staying right where I just put them, like right against the fence somewhere on, outside. So that's still an option. It's still on a lot. You can still use it. Here, I was kind of going for lots of unfinished project kind of clutter look here. Lots of books stacked, lots of items that are just kind of somewhat together, but like in piles. Like we have that unorganized little chaos box that I just put in one of these cubbies. There's a couple of like boxes here from Dream Home Decorator, but other than that, it's just a ton of stuff. Oh my god, I don't think I ever put a laundry basket. Right there, I thought about it with the sleek bathroom kit laundry basket, but I didn't do it. And I remember thinking to myself, I have to put a laundry basket, so yikes. I'll try and remember to do that. Yeah, hopefully I remember to do it. If not, then I'm sorry. You're going to have clothes all over the place, at least until you get your own laundry basket. Anyway, I'm rambling too much. This build is pretty much completed, which means we are going to hop into live mode and we are going to look at it in real time and kind of walk through this build together. Here she is in live mode. Look how pretty. She is sitting right in front of the beach here in Brindleton Bay. I absolutely adore the colors in this build and how everything just like pops against the white siding. I'm actually here with Joffrey Landgrab today, and I felt like he was like so complete opposite of this actual build, but let's take a bird's eye view really quick. So the layout is pretty simple. We have, of course, our front porch here and our garden, like our side garden yard over here. And then when you enter, you're in the entryway, there's a little bit of a washer machine here. Our dining area, Joffrey is chilling in the bedroom already to watch some TV, so we know that worked. Check that off our list. We have our kitchen over here, our little living space. I look really pretty. And then of course our bathroom and our hobby skill area room thing. There are a couple things I want to make sure work, like for example this laundry drying line here over here. I don't even know what you would call that, but I guess that's what we're gonna call it. I want to make sure that works, so we're going to need to get some laundry together. And you know what, I did not put a hamper in here. I might have actually mentioned that in the speed build part, so let's correct that right now before we forget. I think this one would look cute, and we can throw it in the bedroom here. We can probably actually fit it right here too, right next to our little turntable record station. Great. So in order to get some clothes in there, we should actually come and test out our bathroom. Joffrey, how about you use the toilet and then you can maybe take a shower? I would not picture Joffrey living in a home like this ever. I think it's kind of really funny. Although his outfit, I feel like works pretty well in here, to be honest. Did we put clothes in here? No. What if we change outfit? There we go. And let's change outfit again. All right, let's do the laundry. No available washing machine. Isn't this a washer? Wait, God, did I put down the dryer instead of the washer? Oh my God, that's embarrassing. I really thought I picked the right one. washing machine. Let's add my clutter back on here. Okay, confirmed we have a washer. Let's try this again. You really like that TV. All right, well, I really like how this entryway came out. Anyway, we can talk about that real quick. I love how like just girly pop it feels. Wash your laundry. You don't just stick it in there. And then using this ladder here, the ladder shelf from, I think it's the garden to table kit. I loved using that. And I think it's gonna work really well in like laundry rooms in general because this was really cute. I really like that. All right, while your laundry is going, how about we test out the kitchen? Does that sound like a good idea? Let's have dinner. And oh, you know what? I could really go for some hamburgers myself. Let's do that. It's funny me saying that I could go for a hamburger right now. It is 7 a.m. and I was like, hamburger? I guess you could do a breakfast burger, actually. That kind of works, but still, it's kind of really funny. This flower shelf is floating, so funny, but when you put the walls up, it's on the cabinet. So just so you know, I did add all of this clutter up here too to kind of add to the vibes, and I actually really like it. So look, our kitchen is working out pretty well. I really love the colors and I don't know, the layout in general. I even love using this little extra island piece from, is it Kitchen Clutter? I think it's from the Kitchen Clutter kit, and then just adding some more clutter up there as well. So enjoy your hamburger. Yeah, that's really good. I'm so jealous actually. Oh, he put some music on, so at least we know that worked. Next, I also want to make sure that this worked in this room here. Right now, I'm pretty sure the easel will work. I can probably just have him do a small painting and just see. I'll clean this up for you. I got you. No, that's not gonna work. What if I put it here? Okay, I just had to move it out of the corner a little bit. That's fine. My next task. Oh my god, are you gonna be drawing a flower? Wait, I think you're really inspired by this build, Joffrey. Maybe you do have to live here forever, permanently. This is your new forever home. All right. Well, it's funny. We acquired the painting skill. And it's new skill day, which is exciting. Try out a new skill or level up in one of your current skills. Great. No. Don't talk to anyone. Stop. We don't like people. Okay. I want to decorate items with florals. Oh no. Do I not have anything? Hold on. Purchase ingredient. I don't know. Let's just get a bunch of stuff. Okay. We can do the dancing daisy portrait then. Let's come and see if he can do that. Very cute. I've actually never seen any sim do this before. That's so cute. I love it. And it's in our inventory now. That was quick. Look at that. We have it. Perfect. That was easier than I thought. But yeah, anyway, this room here, I really like how it came out as well. Very like I start hobbies and never finish them kind of vibes, you know? Kind of like my real life. Let's check on our laundry. It looks like it's finished. Yay. Unload and move laundry to the clothesline. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Let's see, is it gonna work? Oh my god, it is. So you might just be clipping into the garden pots or anything, but you know, if you don't mind, then whatever. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yay. Well then, this build is completely functional. Oh wait, there's another thing I need to test out over here. We have to make an arrangement. Let's do a daisy. Let's do daisy and bluebells actually. That might be fun. Look at that. You are learning so many new skills today. We're gonna get rid of the social need here real quick because you don't need that. This build is also now up on the gallery for you. It does come into a whopping value of like 60,000 simoleons, so definitely not a starter unfortunately, but whatever, it's okay. I also did not limit any of my pack usage, as you can see here. Definitely a ton of things being used, from stuff packs to kits to expansions. Oh, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? How many packs we have in this game. But I named it Gardener's Home. Nothing too like really crazy. I don't know. You guys know I'm so creative with these names. But you can also find any of my builds by using the hashtag Symtherin on the gallery. But that has been today's build. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I loved playing with all the colors in this one because I needed a break from some of the browns and like earthy tones a little bit. So this was so much fun and I appreciate you guys for joining me. I also really appreciate all of you who are a member are on the channel, if you want to be a member, hit that join button. You get special perks like early access to videos. I've started doing that. Sometimes it's like a couple hours early, sometimes it's a week early, depending on how my timing is with videos. Anyway, but also cute little emojis and things of that nature. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys rock, and great job, Jeffrey. You finished your first floral arrangement. I love that for you. Anyway, I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye. The second he finished the floral arrangement, Joffrey's getting abducted by aliens in the middle of the daytime. Hold on, I need a picture of that. Oh, that's so funny. I guess you don't have to go to work. See you later. Oh, and he's back. They picked him up and spit him out. He doesn't even have him lit. That's so fun. Yeah, they didn't want him.